Right, hello everyone and welcome to the Isle of Wight. This is a small railway that they have put in. It's relatively dated stock they have, and we are doing the line from Shanklin station all the way up to the Ryde pier, which is at the ferry terminal, I do believe. So we've got this. I think this is quite old London Underground stock that they use here. It's an electric train, as you can tell by the fact that you've got the third rail. And where the hell's the lights on this thing? Slightly raining, so we'll have to get the wiper on. But what I really need is a friggin' lights. Lights? Headlight! Did it work? Yes, we have the lights. Okay, so we've picked up passengers from here, so let's get window wipers on and train brake. So what we're gonna do, I don't know this route all that well, so we're gonna have this up. Okay. So where's the reverser? Here's a reverser, but here we go. Right, okay, so we're gonna put it into full forward. And we're gonna release the train brake if it'll let me. So pressure is going to come down, and we'll apply the throttle. I think this is a 4-stage, yeah. Only allowed 15 miles an hour until we pass this. This is quite a nice, quaint little railway that we've got here. So we're up to 45, so we'll go for full power! We're doing the morning commute. It is 6 o'clock in the morning. So the next station is Lake Station, which is quite soon, so I'm just gonna ease us off. Yeah, because this is like a subway train, it can stop pretty darn quick, so yeah, we are gaining speed a little bit, so we'll put it on to the graduated self-lap brakes. Now we're coming up to a whistle board, but because we're on sociable hours, I'm not going to do that. Just keep an eye on the brake gauges. Can't even see the station. Apparently we're 0.3 miles away from it. And here's why. Here's a little level crossing. Start to see us a little bit. And we're just going to slow us down. Station. It's the last carriage on. Yep, that was almost perfect, if a little sluggish. So we're gonna get our passengers out. I've never been here in real life. It seems like a nice little place. Yeah, convenient. Bus and rail route together. Okay, doors open, so we're going to release the brakes. And they've released, so we're going to bring up the throttle. And our next destination is in 0.7 miles, so we are quite lucky this thing can stop on a dime, because otherwise we'd be in for a little bit of trouble. Okay, so we go down to 15 miles an hour in a little bit, so we need to keep a wee eye on that. Take the throttle off because we've got an orange, well, yellow light. Again, unsociable hours, so not doing the whistling. Start the process of braking. Let's go have a look at the whistle board. So here's a warning marker that says 15 miles an hour up ahead. And we've stopped way too early. I've not driven this train in years, so I kind of forget how quickly it does stop, because like you'll see from the other videos that if you don't start the braking process from about, what, a mile away, then you're probably going to overshoot the station. We do need to brake a wee bit quick, just because of that. Okay, so for this route, we don't particularly have to worry about a scheduled time. It did say in the instructions before that we started that there is a schedule, but it's not overly strict. So we pass the train that's coming from the pier. I wonder if it actually does have on it the destination. Yes, it does. Shanklin Station. Okay, so good. Right. So we'll begin the process of braking the train to a stop to pick up the passengers. Okay, so right here. So I'll stick my heat out the window. Why is she balancing on the edge of the track? You like to live dangerously, lady. Oh, it seems she missed the train anyway. Okay, right. So, brake off, and we're going to brakes released. So throttle, and we have 2 miles. So we've got a bit of a high speed run that we can go for here. So we're going to bring us up 50%. We're still limited to 15 miles an hour for the moment. So when we get to 15, which is about now, just going to kill off the throttle. We are still going to gain speed because we are fractionally on the downhill. Oh no, we are losing it. Here's the cool little personnel carriers they have for things literally like a one carriage railway with a cab at the front, just seating for workers at the back. Okay, so now that we're done with all the junctions, it's no longer raining, so I think we can cancel the window wipers. We're 45 mile an hour marker board, so as soon as it passes the rear garage, full speed ahead to 45 miles an hour. As amazingly fast as that is. So yeah, the thing that you know about these little trains, like if you've ever been on the Glasgow or the London Underground, I've got no idea how it is in other metro stations. These things can literally just like, it's a wee bit. Yeah. We are going downhill a little bit, so I just need to manage on the brakes. while we do this. Yeah, these things can go from like 0 to about 15 miles an hour in like no seconds at all. They can really roar away, which is quite interesting. Just to do with the way that the electric motors works in these things. Right, okay, so what we're gonna do, take the brake off, we're not going downhill anymore, in fact we're going to start going uphill soon. Another whistle board up ahead. There's quite a lot of these little pedestrian crossings over the railways. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a little brake test, just see how fast we can actually get these brakes to kick on. So we're going to wait until about 0.3 or 0.2, and then we're just going to brake at about 50%. So we've got the 20 mile an hour marker board. So yeah, we'll do 0.3. So we'll go at 50% brakes. As I say, I'm not on a schedule, so I don't overly have to worry about timekeeping. I'm off the brakes for now because we're going uphill. So yeah, I don't overly have to worry about scheduling, but if I ever do come back to this route, it would be nice to know how quickly we can stop. The answer is incredibly quickly. So we're just managing the brakes as we pull into the station here. Oh, there's no one here. Just make sure that last carriage is on, which it now is. Okay, so welcome to braiding. Starting to see a little bit of the sun coming up over the island. And wasn't a great deal of point stopping here because there's absolutely no people. This looks like it was the former platform. Oh, that's quite cool. Okay, so it would help if the brakes were off. So brakes now to release, brake pressure is now 0, so we'll start picking up speed again. We are still limited to 20 miles an hour here because of the curves. So yeah, you can see that the amount of power that it uses. It uses 100 amps for the first little bit, and then it drops to 50 after you get to about 10 miles an hour. So yeah, twice as much power for the kickoff as it does for the rest of its travelling. Okay, so will this stop itself before we end up speeding? No. Here's the thing. That can sometimes be the trouble with having stage accelerators as opposed to you know, like percentage thing. Like if you can have it 50% forward, whereas if I put this to 57% forward, it would snap back to pardon me, it would snap back to 50% because it has to go in stages, and the stages will peak out at some speed, but it can be hard to predict what those are. So I think stage 2, which is 50%, is a little bit over 20 miles an hour, so yeah. So Ryde, St John's Road Station is the next one, which is 2.9 miles away. So we're only 40 miles an hour here. Goes up to 45 in a short bit, so just curb B. we're going up quite a steep hill now, hence why the speed's dropping off quite a lot. And the rain's back on, so I think we'll get that on the go. And so here, and you can tell by the gradient graph, we're about to peak on the top of this hill, so we'll get a little spurt of speed, and then we'll probably need to end up managing the brakes. So yeah, here we go. We're now flat, so you can see us really start to accelerate. And now we're just rolling downhill, so I'm just gonna take the throttle off, let us manage the speed. We're not going all that substantially downhill at the moment, which is fine. And it's just a quiet little ride into Ryde. There's the inside of our old London tube train. So yeah, we're not stopping at Smallbrook, I think that's the one. So we've now got a warning board that says that we're dropping down into 30 miles an hour. So I think we'll just leave it on 30% braking for the moment. Curb our speed down a little bit. That is coming pretty close, so I'll bring us to 50%. So I think this is Smallbrook station here. Couldn't really see what's yeah, Smallbrook. So this is the one that we're not stopping at, because that's the steam railway station. Okay, so we're now into our 30 zone, and we're now about to go back up to our 45. So train brakes are off. Speed limit's increased. Let's go! Now we're coming up to Ryde St John's in a few minutes. So this isn't a particularly fast railway, but it's quite a nice little quaint one. You know, the Isle of Wight's not a ridiculously populated place, so yeah, everything's nice and quaint. I didn't even notice the signalling. We're back to old semaphore signalling. So a red semaphore signal is the signal itself. The one that we passed before is a yellow semaphore signal. So whereas it's called aspect lighting, which is where it has, you know, actual light bulbs and things. You've got green, which means it's clear. You've got yellow, which means the line ahead of you is blocked or occupied, and then red obviously means it's not clear. If a yellow one is in the up position, which means green, assuming it is because you get up and down and somersault semaphore signals, which can be a little bit complicated. If it's in the up position, then that means it's clear. And if a yellow one is in the up position, then it means it's green, effectively. But if the yellow one is in the down position, that means the next signal is going to be red. So here we've got, yeah, you can see aspect. So we've got yellow, and that's a shunting signal. I don't have any more semaphore signals to show you what I mean. Yeah, here's one. So you can see the red. Now that it's down, this means that from here onwards, this line is blocked. And if I was to go back, I assume I can actually go back that far. Oh, I can, yes. Yes. This means that the next signal you'll come to is red, whereas if it was up, that would mean green. So you wouldn't actually stop for that signal, hence why it's yellow, but you would have to stop for this one. So that's how semaphore signaling works. Sometimes you get, oh, tell if the train brake was off. Sometimes you would get what are they called? Yeah, you would get combined signals, so it would have a red and a yellow semaphore signal all standing on top of each other. So you could have the possibility of having effectively a red, a yellow, or a green light there. Of course, the semaphore signaling. Whoops! Oh yeah, right, we're still on a 20, and I turned the reverse the wrong way. Yeah, the semaphore, I don't know how accurately it shows. Yeah, well, you can kind of see the cable. Oh, no, you can't. Yeah, basically, it's all cable and weight controlled. So actually, what they had, it was quite cool. They have cables that run around the under the ground, and you hear about signal boxes. They actually have big levers and things for controlling the junctions and the signals. Quite interesting how railways used to work in antiquity. We don't have a... I'm gonna have to put the brake on a bit actually. I've not done a ride in a steam train in these recordings yet. Ooh. The Ryde tunnel. Now we're in pitch darkness. It's always so creepy when you have to go through these, and in real life I used to find as a kid. But yeah, I think maybe next time I do a video that maybe I should do a steam train one. I was actually having a look for one because the route I used to use was the Bath to somewhere, I can't remember where the destination was, and that was all the way back in Railworks 1, and then just after Railworks changed its name over to Train Simulator, or was it Rail Simulator first? I can't remember, but I can't find it anymore. It seems it's no longer shipped with the game, which is a shame because I quite enjoyed that route. It was quite a tricky one. Okay, so I wasn't overly paying attention to my speed, and my braking has... In fact, I may as well just leave it on 25% because the train station is here. So yeah, the thing that is quite cool about this route is we're now effectively at Ryde Central Station, I guess you would call it. But we actually do go all the way out onto the pier itself, which is quite interesting. So we'll have this start braking us to a halt. In fact, I think I'm braking too quickly. Yeah. Okay, so we'll start letting the passengers out here, and yeah, so this is Ryde and the coast of the Isle of Wight, and we are basically going all the way out onto the pier. So you've got rail and road access to the pier, and I think this is where the ferries come in, is to the pier itself. So yeah, next station for the Kit Ferry. So let's finish this route. So we can only go as fast as 20 miles an hour, so it's not going to be a fast ride out there. But yeah, I think going out on the pier is probably one of the coolest things of this this route. It's like you can even see down into the water. It's just below you. I think it's pretty cool. It's quite a well-made route. This, I think, this is officially released content as opposed to, like, you know, from third-party developers. So the quality's pretty high. I may also be talking out my arse. Come and think of it, I think it is a third-party thing because I think it's by Just Flight. Well, Just Trains, as they called themselves when they moved over into Rail Simulator add-ons. And so for any of the people here who are going to be grabbing themselves a ferry back to the mainland of the UK, although why I'd want to, I don't know, yes, this will be your stop. So it's just going to start gently braking us into the station. And we'll get all the way to the end. And that's us, we're at the pierhead. So, yeah. You'll come here for your ferries, they'll pull in, dock up, and then, yeah. Pretty cool. So yes, this is the Isle of Wight. Excellent work, great, yes. Try some of the more challenging scenarios. So yeah, this was kind of baby introduction to the Isle of Wight add-on. And yeah, we've done it. So thank you very much for joining me with this ride with the trains. And... sorry. Pun. Yes, thank you very much for joining me with this run, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.